We'll call this council meeting Monday, July 13th to order. Invocation given by Mr. Kinnemer and pledge allegiance by Ms. Tolliver.
Almighty God, we give you thanks and praise for your great goodness towards us. Be with the mayor and council this evening as they go about the public business. Lead, guide, and direct them in all that they do. These things we ask in Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Kinnemer, will you do the roll call tonight?
Ms. Fredericks?
Here.
Mr. Ashburn?
Here.
Mr. Bailey?
Here.
Mr. Stewart?
Here.
Ms. Tolliver?
Here.
You have a quorum, Mr. President.
Thank you, sir. First thing tonight is adopt the agenda. Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
Make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on the agenda? Hearing none, we'll vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Agenda's adopted. Next is approval of previous minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from June 22nd?
I make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on the minutes? Hearing none, we'll vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Minutes are approved. There's no old business tonight, so we'll jump right into new business tonight. Number one, consider the approval to apply for the Homeland Security Grant Program. This is just to approve to let the police department apply for those grants. So do I have a motion to approve that?
I make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on those? Hearing none, we'll vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Two, consider the approval of application to the Planning Commission to rezone Goose Pond Colony. This is a move forward to the Planning Commission, next step. So do I have a motion to approve this?
I make a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on that?
When will the other committee meet?
There you go. All right. Any other discussion on that? All right. Hearing none, we'll vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Number three, consider a resolution to award the concrete bid for the solid waste department. The low bid on this was to Dicus Concrete in the amount of $23,615. That money was already put in last year's budget, so it's already there. So do I have a motion to approve that bid?
I make
Go ahead.
that motion. We do
Do I-
Dicus Concrete.
Do I have a second?
23 Oh, sorry.
Second.
Any discussion on that?
No.
Hearing none, we'll vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Number four, consider a resolution to approve a one-time longevity bonus to retirees. This is the amount of $42,408 that will come out of excess sales tax. So do I have a motion to approve that?
I make a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on that?
Mr. President, I just want to make it clear that I won't be getting any benefit from this. I'm on the state retirement system, but the county commission would have to pass it before it benefit me.
Okay, thank you, sir. Any other discussion on that? All right. Hearing none, we'll vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Number five, consider a resolution to approve number five, consider budget amendment for the additional school resource officer for the police department. Now, this is half the cost of a full-time officer for the remainder of this budget. That will be the amount of $10,520 that will come out of excess sales tax. Let me go ahead and explain. This is not changing the amount of resource officers. We still have the same amount. It just means the city and the school board are going to partner to put another full-time person at one of those. So instead of trying to find a part-time one that we've had a hard time doing. So do I have a motion to approve the $10,520?
I make that motion.
Do I have a
Second.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion on it? Hearing none, we'll vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Number six, consider a budget amendment for fencing at the pickleball courts. This is the amount of $4,300. And you'll see in your packet, $1,000 will come out of the pickleball budget, and $3,300 will come out of the special events account to cover this. So do I have a motion to approve that?
I'll make that motion.
All right, do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on that? Hearing none, we'll vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. That'll conclude the meeting tonight. Delegations, Mr. Moore. Welcome to come.
Thank you very much. My name is Alex Moore. Grew up in Alabama, went away for 25 years, retired back to Jackson County. I lived in Jackson County for 17 years, moved to Goose Pond about 3 years ago. So I've been here once before, and I was talking about the pride I felt of how much I liked Scottsboro, and what a good job the planners have done in making it an attractive place, particularly along 72, when you compare it to 431 and other towns that are along 431. I wanted to kind of give you an update. Friday night, I was down here at Dominic's, ran into a couple from Pensacola, and I asked them, I said, "What are you doing here?" And they said, "Well, we're just kind of looking around." And they liked it, and they were impressed. They'd never been to Scottsboro before. And talking with the guy, they just had a son that was accepted to engineering school down at Auburn, and he said, "Man, I'm going to start looking at property around here." And that's just from driving through Scottsboro. You multiply that with last fall, I'm down at City Harbor. I ran into 5 helicopter pilots, National Guard helicopter pilots, and they had been ferrying helicopters from Colorado and other places to Guntersville Airport, where there's a guy that has a business. He refurbishes the Blackhawks. None of them had ever been to Alabama, Arkansas, Colorado. I think one was from Arizona. And they said, "Hey, where can you rent a boat?" And I didn't know where you could rent a boat for a day. I said, "Well, I'll take you out." So I took them out on the Lake Guntersville. And suddenly one guy, he was ready to retire. He'd already bought land in Colorado. And he said, "You know what? I think I'm going to sell my land in Colorado, and this is where I want to come to."
Wow.
So now I've got a buddy. He's retired, San Diego PD. I retired out of San Diego. He did come here because his wife was from Alabama, but he's talked up Scottsboro to 2 of his San Diego PD buddies, and one of them is already settled. Now, he settled up in Jasper, but he came to the area, so I wanted to give you some positive stories of what I'm just hearing as a citizen, that people are paying attention and they're looking around. Now, having said all of that, I do want to kind of talk about that 72 corridor and how attractive it is now. And I just want to ask some questions to make sure that the city council is paying attention to the 3 S's, which is size, service, and style of the type of businesses that we're bringing in. And I know Hobby Lobby, I guess, was a find, was a catch, or whatever. But I do kind of want to make sure that we don't follow the 431 corridor habit of just anything, anybody that wants to build. And I ask, with Hobby Lobby, did we really need a Hobby Lobby? I use it from time to time. I buy some of my garage kits, with the Ford Mustang and all of that. But every time I've been in there, there have been very few customers that have been in there. And I know it's set back and it's not an eyesore, but I just ask, do we want that 72 corridor to be nothing but big box stores? Is that what we want? And do we take that into consideration? And then I did notice, and I don't even know what business it is, but as you go under the 35 overpass there and you look to your left, there's a brand new building, big building, and it's a Butler building.
A what?
A Butler building. It's a metal building. Mm-hmm. And if you look, there are no other metal buildings along there. And you go 279, which I go to Goose Pond, and it's loaded with Butler buildings. And so I would just ask the council to think about what kind of permits they issue, because once you let one Butler building in, then other people are going to throw them up. And they can be an eyesore. They can be an eyesore. So I ask the council, do we have in our coding and in our permitting specifications for attractiveness in the buildings that are built there. So I asked that question. Now I've got to know, I've already talked to the mayor about this. I'm a novelist, I've written a screenplay, and I sat down with the mayor because when I was trying to I've written a pilot script, and to get a movie produced, you have to have what they call a teaser. You sit in the theater and you see the 3-minute intro, and it gives the audience an idea of one. So I was looking for an area to film this teaser, and I have a contact down in Birmingham, and he's a movie producer. And what we needed a marina, we needed a bar scene, and we needed country roads for motorcycle riding. And I realized that Scottsboro has all of that stuff. And you look at other things, we've got an old schoolhouse, we've got a great courthouse, we've got a town square, we've got all the things that a movie-making company would be interested in. And so I would like to propose to the council that we take into consideration, form a committee to at least get started of getting perhaps Scottsboro on the map, because once you do that, and my son lives in Santa Fe, and I was just visiting with him, and Santa Fe, Breaking Bad was filmed in Albuquerque, Longmire was filmed just up the road in Las Vegas, New Mexico. They have now built studios in Santa Fe. Castle Rock is there, and then Santa Fe Studio. They've even got an old Wild West, out kind of in the desert there. But it brings in all kinds of business. And like when they design a set, they need carpenters to do that kind of thing. I played an extra in a movie down in Birmingham, and as they were dressing me up to be a ticket agent at the airline counter, I mentioned to them unclaimed baggage. I said, they kind of have all these wardrobes of clothes that they're picking and mixing and matching. And the girl knew unclaimed baggage. She said, oh yeah, we go up shopping at unclaimed baggage all the time for wardrobe. So I thought, there's so much that Scottsboro has to offer. We've got a bar. What's it called? 701 that's there. That would be a good set.
207.
What is it?
207.
207. Okay. We've got an old train station. We've got a nice courthouse. If you need a nice law office, we're loaded with nice law offices. We've got all things. So what I'm proposing is perhaps to form a committee to at least start working with the Film Commission down in Montgomery to get Scottsboro on the map, so that when film producers come through and they're looking for ideas, and of course it's all about incentives, whatever they can do tax-free, if they don't have to build a set for a courthouse or build a set for, a country road or build a set for a marina for sailboats or something like that, then that's all money savings to them, so they like that. So that's my proposal. If you would like for me to put together like a little PowerPoint that would be electronic, that would just have what we have to offer, what Scottsboro has to offer, a small you call it a pitch package, and we could send that to the Film Commission so that anytime producers came through, you'd be able to show them that pitch and they would immediately have an idea of what Scottsboro is like and what they have on the map.
Thank you, Mr. Moore. I think you would be able to get with the mayor, and he'd be able to share that with all of us if you wanted to do something like that.
Okay.
Now, I did have a question for you. You mentioned two of your friends being retired officers.
Right.
Would they be interested in the SRO job? Ms. Williams, I'm always thinking.
Well, I know one of them spends a lot of time as a granddaddy. He picks them up at school.
Okay. Well, he might be there all day with them.
But one of them I know worked very closely with Rocky. He was a off-duty, what do you call them when they supplement? Reserve. Yeah, reserve.
Okay.
So he's already, and he knew Rocky, the sheriff.
Okay.
That's an idea, because we
Tell them to
have-
get with me about that.
Yeah, we have the Blue Knights Motorcycle Club, and they're based in Albertville, Gunnersville, Albertville.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are retired, so it could be that, you plant that idea and some of them may be
Yeah.
interested in
All
that.
right.
So,
Thank you.
thank you.
Let me say this. First, let me say something about Hobby Lobby. Well, you're not the only one that shops there. We've been very satisfied with sales tax numbers that we're receiving off of that off of that one. And that's one of the things that the citizens here within the city wanted. It's not just a big box store, it's a store that the women want.
Okay.
And number
Not
two,
just women.
And man,
I buy the Ford Mustang signs. I used to drive to Albertville and do that.
but as far as just putting up any kind of building, it don't happen that way. It has to go through zoning, has to go through the planning commission before it ever comes to the council whether we would allow that building to be on that property. And number three, on the movies, I used to know a lady that worked as an accountant in the movie industry, and they moved a lot of theirs to Georgia because state of Alabama don't give them the tax credit that they can get in some of the other states.
But maybe it's time to revisit that, and with a new governor coming in, who knows, Tommy Tuberville was on, not that he has been elected, but he was in that movie. What was the one about the football player, the Ole Miss football player? Yeah, Blindside. He had a part in that, so he probably has an understanding and appreciation of it. It might be time to revisit that.
Coach Saban was in it also.
Thank you, Steve.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. All right, we'll go to reports. Mayor?
I don't have anything tonight, Mr. President. Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Frederick?
No, I don't have anything, but I am glad that somebody did come with some positives, so that's
Yes.
great. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Mr. Ashburn?
I don't have anything, thank you.
Ms. Tolliver?
I don't have anything, but thank you for coming and sharing with us.
Mr. Stewart?
yeah, I was just gonna bring up that, Pam I know we had discussed not having any tournaments at Bynum from June through the end of the year, but she was able to, get some tournaments scheduled in October and November, so there'll be some folks staying overnight in our facilities, so. And Mr. Kenner, I was gonna ask on that, I know a few years ago, we had done something, we had passed something to do with movies. I can't exactly remember or recall what it was. Someone was looking at doing filming around here, and we passed something to help it.
We
kind of-
we permitted the use of city facilities in the past for recordings. As a general rule, they don't use, they use AI to take out the city's name.
Yeah. But I appreciate you, Mr. Moore, for coming up and speaking some positive for us. And then the other thing too is the resource officer. I'm so happy that we're partnering with the school system to have that. So that's all I have.
Okay. Remind everyone, next Monday, there'll be a work session, the 20th, and a meeting on the 27th. Pam, I also want you to know that I don't normally do it in public, but I do brag behind your back a lot about you. We are very pleased with the job you're doing and the multiple tournaments that have been coming to town. We really appreciate that. So, with that being said, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
You have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. We're adjourned.
I know, if we wait on them.